All right, continuing on with the AFC West study ball series that I'm doing, and this week is all about the Chargers. And today is all about their offense, and more specifically about their freshman phenom or their rookie of the year quarterback in Justin Herbert, who played some tremendous football last year. I'll be the first one to admit I didn't see it. I didn't see him coming on the scene and having the impact that he did this past year. But great job by the Chargers to stay in his wheelhouse. He's a big playmaker. He's a guy that doesn't process as well as some other guys, but he can make all of those big second-level throws, and they were able to live in that world last year, why he was able to take home the Rookie of the Year. And let me show you all the different things that I liked about him last year. So I talked about it. Big plays, big plays, big plays. Got a big arm. When he can stand back there and process things and throw it, he's really, really good. So we're going to run a little double move and then a comeback here, which could have been a throw for him. And then we're going to basically split these guys with a big post right here. Now, I'm not sure this is the proper read necessarily. You got two guys back here running. You got this guy pushing one-on-one. I would say this is probably the throw to the check down right here. But this kid says, hey, I can beat you with my arm. I can make those different making throws, and he just launches this sucker, gets it up over the safety. This was one of my favorites. This was in his first start in the National Football League. So they're going to run what we call basically a double seam combination. So we're going to run this here, we're going to run this seam down the middle, and then we're going to run a go on the outside. So normally you're going to read free safety right here. This free safety holds in the middle. We're going to try to hit this seam right here because this corner is playing deep third on the outside. In this particular case, safety stays there. I'm going to look to hit this seam. Justin's able to see this corner who's trying to midline this and ends up leaning to the inside seam here. He's able to recover and throw this go ball on the outside for a touchdown. Just really well done processing down the field. Another game that was close for the Chargers. Close late in this game. We've got a little flat corner and then what we call an influence post coming down the middle of the field. Does a nice job seeing this safety, working this safety to that side. Not that this is necessarily open, stepping up away from pressure. And look at this. Stepping up away from this is when he throws it. He throws it right here. Safety right there, linebacker right there. He's got to put it in between both of them while stepping up around pressure. Boom. Ball on the money, splits the defenders. Big touchdown late in that game. I mean, you can see why there is so much excitement around this guy. So many good things that he's doing, and especially because he's doing it on the second level. That's the difference between good quarterbacks and great quarterbacks. Consistency of making plays on the second level. Here, influence post, we're going to run a big end. Normally, we're going to read this linebacker right here as this guy comes out into his check down. So if that linebacker gets depth here, we're going to throw it underneath. But if you've got great timing and understanding of what you're seeing, hey, it's tough for a defense to be right in a lot of situations. So that linebacker does everything right, but he gets this ball out. You see this window. That's all the bigger the window is right there. I've got to beat this linebacker with the throw if I'm going to make this throw. He's letting it go. He understands where he's got to make this. He slows his receiver down and puts him in the window. Boom, another big chunk play, even though the defense was saying, man, we did everything right there. All right, ability to process and read things. I really like this one. We've got a little hook and a flat, and then we're going to run an in up over the top of it. So this corner's off right here, so my first initial read comes off of this guy. This guy goes to the flat, great. Now I'm hook to in right here off of the next backer. So we'll run it, okay? At safety, goes to cover the flat. Now I've got my hook right here. Reading this linebacker. This linebacker's pushing, running through this. Now I recover up over the top. So see how quick he's ready to throw the hook, feels the backer, pulls it down, guy in his face, hits the second level. This is good stuff right here. Good read, good patience, and the ability to make the throw even though he was uncomfortable in the pocket. So this play, simple play right here. We're going to have a little hook, little swing right here. We get pressure. So he's got to throw a hot right here. Probably has a chance to hit this hook, but I just want you to see how quickly he processes 1 to 2, and he gets back in here to number 3. Good processing with the guy coming free in his face, right? He sees this right here, probably has a chance to hit it, but feels it's tight. Getting back to this guy with this free hitter coming at him. Able to get the ball out on time, beat the pressure with the throw. Really like that. And you saw that as he got going into the season, more and more of those things where he's able to process, see things, understand the big picture. So right here, they're going to run what we call a bullets route right here. My big key is corner off. If the corner's off, it's going to be tough for him to cover that. Now I'm simply looking at the backers to the inside. Can somebody run out there fast enough to beat me with the throw? Looks like they're bringing pressure. They pop out to the inside, but he recognizes that, sees that the corner's off, buys time. Good throw to the bullets. Big play by recognizing what he had initially, understanding there was a possibility for a hot, and getting the ball out quick to his playmakers. Well done again here. Going to go here, go down the field, and then we're going to bring a shallow. So we're looking at all of this, okay? This guy tucks back in here. This corner gets depth. Now I'm reading this linebacker right here. He gets width and depth. Bang, get right to your shallow right now. Look how quickly he processes. He sees all this, steps up, delivers the shallow in space. So his receiver, Keenan Allen here, I believe, is able to make a play, get into space, make a couple guys miss, pick up another 6 or 7 yards after the play because he processed and got the ball out quickly, as we've seen on these last few plays. Little play action right there. Now, these are the things that he's got to get better at, right? You don't expect every rookie to be perfect. We saw a lot of good things, the big plays, the ability to make some critical decisions, have to think fast, but then the ability to have patience. So here we're going to run this, and then over the top, we're going to have a deep corner out. Really just looking at that corner in this particular situation. Don't get impatient. That corner squats his feet. You got your shot right up over the top. He tries to jam it in there. Instead, throws the interception. Just one of the few rookie mistakes that he made, but something that he's got to continue to work on is the patience on the deeper throws to understand what I'm seeing and verify what's going on down the field. Here, we're going to have a double seam look. Okay, so you're going to see it. They're going to rotate down. We've got double seams right here. Once again, reading that free safety. Okay, either way works for me. You see, seams open here, seams open there. Biggest thing is you got to see the drop. This guy gets too deep here, makes it a tough window. Drop it down to your check down. Not that he can't make this throw. I believe he can make this throw, but drives this almost intercepted. Again, as he tries to fit it in between all of those guys. Again, not a horrible decision, but being able to see those different things and decide, make better decisions in some of those situations down the field is going to be critical. So here's another look. So you got your choice. You got double seam once again. Normally what we say is a safety drops down. We're going to try to go away from him and read receiver against linebacker. So come back down here to the bottom instead of the top, right? You see that depth there. You're probably not going to have that anyways. Come down here to the bottom, maybe seam or the stop to the outside. But you got a shot here on this play. Just need to process it a little bit sooner, but does a nice job. And you see the athleticism show up over and over again. Hey, not everybody's going to see every play. He doesn't see it quite clearly here, but instead of making a mistake, buys some time, keeps his eyes down the field, makes another nice play for his team. Okay, so here's one. Something I'd like to see him do a little bit better is step up in the pocket. So you see him drop back here, and a number of times we've seen it already. He kind of gets stuck back here on his back foot instead of stepping up and being able to read this out. So you see he almost brings himself into pressure because he keeps falling back. The guy right there in his face. Steps up here in this situation. He's got a nice little pocket here. Now maybe he has a chance to read this 2-on-1 to that side. Okay? Once again, never going to be mad at him throwing a check down and finding his guy there. Just a little bit better pocket presence at times. Something that you saw in college that can carry over to the pros. Something that he's got to get a little bit better at. And again, we're fine, tuning this thing and we're picking out some things that he can do better. He did so many things well. I'm not going to complain about what he did, but there's some little things that he can get better at into his second year. Look at this. Yeah, great job here athleticism-wise, coming off of this, seeing the pressure, being able to step away from the pressure, then flip his feet as much as he can. And what do we got again? We got another big play, second level play off of this throw. Great job athletically to avoid, get himself a little bit of space, then quickly reset, make that second level throw, that chunk throw down the field. All right, so many things to like about Justin Herbert. We saw the big plays early on. You saw at times, did a really nice job of processing, understanding what he was seeing and getting the ball out. And then there's just some little things, trying to force some things down the field at times, getting impatient at times, which is all things you're going to expect from a rookie. But if he can clean some of those things up, build his pocket presence a little bit to go along with those big plays and what we saw last year, man, it's going to be some exciting times for this Chargers football team because they've got so many weapons around him that he has exceeded the timetable for when we expected him to come into this league and become a franchise quarterback. But now, a lot of pressure and expectation on him. Those are some of the things that he has to continue to do, and then some of the things he has to clean up if he's going to make a big stride and going to take his team maybe to the playoffs or compete for a playoff spot in year two. Got to do those things just a little bit better.